Hello there friends, it's CS2 News Hub. In today's episode, Valve turned off the anti-cheat, the community is roasting Blast, Hooxi opens up in a heartfelt confession, and a bunch of other exciting news from the world of CS2, so without further ado, let's get straight to it. And we shall kick things off as usual with some roster shuffles. And seriously, if you're standing, you might want to sit down. If you're sitting, maybe lie down. What we're about to tell you will shock you. Or not. Remember Maden, the guy who used to play for Falcons and got tons of hate for underperforming? Well, he recently became a free agent and didn't waste much time finding a new team. His new home is Zero Tenacity. Yeah, the Zero Tenacity, the team that is known for farming online tournaments like it's nothing. The community links their success to a bunch of reasons, from sketchy radar usage and wall hacks to rumors on fixed matches and more. There's a cloud of semi-evidence floating around and everyone is just waiting for ESIC to finally look into it, but they do nothing. And what's wild is that this is the first roster change for the team in 3 years. I mean, no offense, but looks like Maden didn't make enough cash with Falcons. And now he just wants to stack up a bit more, this time with some old friends. From winning Dallas 2023 and joining one of the richest orgs in the world to dropping down to tier 2 scene, potentially right into the hands of cheaters. What a fall. Speaking of raiders and other cheats, we seriously hope you took a break from CS the other day, because with the latest micro update, Valve pulled off their usual magic trick and broke something, but this time it wasn't just a few bugs, they straight up turned off the anti-cheat. Servers were straight up flooded with cheaters of all kinds. Faceit players were a bit luckier, even though we mentioned in our last video that cheating is still an issue there too, just not as bad. Thankfully, after about 23 hours, Valve seemed to have fixed things and started mass banning cheaters. According to Gabe Follower, a famous insider, the chaos was likely caused by Valve updating everything related to machine learning and basically moving their servers to new hardware, which temporarily disabled VAC. Now that the system's been upgraded, maybe, just maybe, VAC will finally start working with some real power behind it? I really hope so. Before we move on to the next news, let me tell you about CSGO Fast, as they're turning 10 years. CSGO Fast is the oldest and most trusted website in the history of CS skin games. Feel like Gabe is unfair to you? On CSGO Fast you can open tons of profitable cases and pull that dream skin you've always wanted. They've got a huge variety of games, including intense case battles. You can even invite a friend and win together. Surely you all love raffles. CSGO Fast runs free raffles every 6 hours, giving away skins to random participants. Plus, they regularly host special events. Right now is their 10-year anniversary, just look at the prizes up for grabs. And if you're a true CS veteran, you already know the community has trusted CSGO Fast for years. That's why they have a loyalty system for regular users and a ranking system with extra bonuses. Do I even need to mention skin prices? You already know they're awesome. And if you don't want to deposit, no problem, you can always use the referral system to earn points. Use promo code CSGO News Live to get plus 10% to your deposit and a free case. The link will be in the pinned comment. Now, we might actually know why Valve fumbled the last update so badly. 2 reasons. First, because Valve is just a tiny indie studio, you know? Second, because no one's really running the place right now, since Gabe is apparently living on a submarine. Wait, what? Yeah, you heard it right. This Gabe is on submarine came from none other than Minh Lee, aka Gooseman, the creator of Counter-Strike himself. According to the father, or maybe godfather of CS, he's planning to attend the upcoming major in Austin and try to invite Gabe to come along. But rumor has it, Gabe's gone underwater. And honestly, this isn't completely out of nowhere. There were previous reports that Gabe was setting off on an expedition around Antarctica, something many fans linked to Half-Life 3. And, you know, he was previously wilding on his own yacht and all that. So yeah, as usual, everything around Valve is cryptic as hell. That said, yeah, Gabe won't attend and the major in Austin, but honestly, that isn't exactly shocking. He used to show up at the International for Dota 2, but never in CS. But, well, you and I guys, we know that Gabe really plays Dota 2 and loves the game, which cannot be said about Counter-Strike. Speaking of the Austin major, yeah, as we said previously, Blast actually invited Guzman to the major, and if they hadn't, the creator of CS probably would have never attended a single one. But despite the nice move, Blast's been catching serious heat from the community lately, especially from the streamers. You know, there's this drama around the place. Blast denied Get Right the chance to do a community cast for the event. As he put it himself, at least they waited until after my birthday to say no. No official reason given, but the community wasn't happy, and once again Loba led the charge. According to Loba, Blast is slowly killing off the community casting that doesn't benefit them directly. And honestly, just take a look at the broadcast rules to see what he means. No custom HUD, no ads. Your stream title must only include the event name and teams. You're required to stream from home, not a studio. And absolutely no one else can appear on stream with you. I mean, guys, Blast always had a reputation about being selective in how they handle situations and people. For example, always the same analysts and commentators, or the whole drama around Astralis, when they were allowed to replace Cadian after the roster lock just because of good relations with Blast. Yeah, I mean, sure, Blast runs top-tier events with high production value and strong media content, but when it comes to community feedback, their response is either tone-deaf or non-existent. Well, Get Right eventually get the green light to cast? Who knows, but I really doubt it. But, well, one thing's clear, this situation didn't do their rep any favors. Now, one person who hasn't hurt his reputation lately is Aurora's CEO, Lerich. Not only has he been helping players with visas for the major, but he also casually dropped the estimated buyout price for Eternal Fire's roster, around $2.5 million. How did he reveal it? Well, he posted his own bet for the Champions League final, joking that if it goes through, he would cover the buyout cost. Spoiler alert, it didn't. I mean, I knew Inter wasn't that good, but 5-0 is crazy, bros. So now the only way to justify the investment is by delivering a solid result at the major. Now, speaking of chief executive officers, the G2 CEO wasn't lying in that interview. The decision to bench JKS really was a team call. Hooxi himself opened up about it. According to the former Samurai IGL, the team was in a tough spot. Nico was on the verge of moving to Falcons, which forced G2 to look for a new shot caller. That's when they brought in Nexa. So yeah, it was a group decision. The management asked Hooxi, the team manager, and Hunter. They didn't ask Nico, because he was basically halfway out the door. They didn't ask JKS, because he was in Australia. They didn't ask Swanee, since his departure was already expected. And Monesi was likely exploring other offers at the time too, because Nico was trying to leave. So logically enough, only the players who were 100% staying had a say. And what do you think, my friends? On one hand, it's kinda logical. Do not involve people who will go eventually. But on the other, to ignore them just like they don't exist? I mean, that's not cool. Hooxi also got personal about his own removal from the team. He admitted he was in a rough mental state, mostly due to his poor individual form and language barriers. He said that the way he jokes in Danish wouldn't really land with an international roster like G2, so he communicated in English, which felt like he had to be a different version of himself. And basically that's why he's been really enjoying his time in Astralis, and basically why it worked. He said that if they offered him a full contract, he would sign it in a heartbeat. He believes that this roster has a huge potential, and maybe, just maybe, he's the guy to lead them to another final. He also praised Nico, saying that once he finally commits to being a full-time IGL, he'll be one of the best, thanks to his insane game sense and his experience. As for Monesi, all of a sudden, Hooxi believes that he would thrive the most in a CIS team, but at the same time, he's glad the young prodigy didn't join Cloud9. In Hooxi's words, that move could have seriously hurt his career. Guys, what do you think about all things Hooxi said? Let us know in the comments below. Now, Team Spirit's captain, Chopper recently shared some solid advice for anyone looking to break into esports, and it's all about media presence. According to him, the moment you ever think to go pro is the moment you should start building your media. Without it, no one's gonna know who you are. Sure, there are rare cases like Dunk, who blew up purely off his gameplay with zero social presence, but that's 1 in a million. So guys, according to Chopper, if you're serious about esports, just do this. Start streaming, start posting, and start building your name. Because without it, getting noticed might be way more harder than you think. In that same interview, Chopper also touched on the topic of roster changes, and his take was pretty grounded. He said that the roster moves are part of every tier 1 team. You can't avoid them. But Team Spirit is not focused on that right now. Instead, they're putting everything into the present, maximizing team performance and trying to bring all their plans to life. Sure, some players are better than others, and competition always exists. But according to Chopper, every player on the current roster is a top-tier talent in their role, which means they're exactly where they're supposed to be. That's especially interesting considering Spirit just finalized the lineups for their 5 new Academy squads. No big names yet, most of the players are 15-16 years old, with the oldest being just 20. But I mean, when Evil Geniuses does it, it's cringe. When Team Spirit does it, it's good, right? Come on, I'm just kidding. And to wrap things up, let's take a look at how players are getting ready for the major. Chopper's been streaming a lot lately, has been sharing some behind-the-scenes information like whether Team Spirit is doing the bootcamp or not, which we discussed in the previous episode if you didn't watch it. But for example, Falcons are locked in, grinding hard and spicing it up with some mental training, quote-unquote, activating the parasympathetic nervous system, says Lars Robel, the mental coach of Falcons. Whatever the hell that means, maybe some of you can explain that in the chat? Thanks in advance. And to see who's taking the prep most seriously, we checked the in-game hours of top players over the past 2 weeks, and here's the leaderboard. Art played the most with 174 hours. Lux is second, and Yuri and Fallen from Furia are third, as well as Lear from Nemega. Looks like the Latin America squads are going full beast mode. I mean, might be the time to rethink those pick'ems, right? Anyways, that's all for today, my friends. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button, follow our channel, and drop by in the comments below. Austin Major is just around the corner, so I'm not saying goodbye for a long time. See you soon.